WCBI News at 10 starts now.
The search for a missing Columbus man has been called off. Good evening, I'm Victoria Bailey. According to Columbus Police spokesperson Joe Dillon, 36-year-old Antoquan Marquette Harris called his mother this weekend to tell her that he was okay. Dillon says police don't have all the details now, like what happened or where Harris is, but they are calling off the search. Columbus Police have been looking for Harris since he was reported missing on January 31st by his employer, Corporate Dining Concepts. Harris and a company van disappeared that day. The van was found abandoned by the Mississippi Highway Patrol outside of Waynesboro the next day. WCBI will update the story as more information becomes available. Well, the overturning of the travel ban was just one of a number of events that in a whirlwind of the president's first term. Now, Mr. Trump is at his Florida estate today. His first weekend off was this time, and it's probably not going to be a relaxing one. This morning, Iran conducted new tests of its missile and radar system in a show of defiance after the U.S. imposed new sanctions over a ballistic missile test launch this weekend. Earl Barnett has the story.
Today, we're assigning core principles for regulating the United States financial system.
Wielding his pen on yet another executive action Friday, President Trump ordered a review of financial regulations after a week of complicated foreign policy actions.
They're not behaving.
Iran test-fired a ballistic missile earlier this week. In response, the Treasury Department implemented new sanctions against the country, ones that were structured by the Obama administration. After the announcement, Iran's foreign minister wrote on Twitter he was unmoved by Mr. Trump's threats.
I think the Iran deal is one of the worst deals I've ever seen.
Candidate Trump railed against the UN-backed nuclear deal with Iran, but has so far left it in place.
Gonna build a wall.
The president is also finding it difficult to deliver on his campaign promise to make Mexico fund a Great Wall along the southern border.
Who is going to pay for the wall? 100%.
México no pagará ningún muro.
Mexican President Peña Nieto said his country will not pay and canceled a recently scheduled visit to the White House.
It's not a viable option.
Senator John McCain of Arizona added to congressional concerns that a wall would not make the country safer.
If you only build a wall, only a quote, a wall, without using technology, individuals, drones, observation, etc., you're not going to secure the border.
The administration's first public criticism of Israel also emerged this week.
The construction or expansion of existing settlements beyond the current borders is not going to be helpful moving forward.
Press Secretary Sean Spicer indicated President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu would likely discuss newly announced Israeli settlement expansion when the two leaders meet February 15th.
The president's committed to peace. That's his goal.
Now, despite complimentary rhetoric from President Trump toward Russian President Putin, United Nations Ambassador Nikki Haley condemned the Kremlin for aggressive actions in eastern Ukraine. Now, the White House says those views and keeping sanctions in place of Russia's occupation of Crimea are supported by President Trump. Well, it's time for a first look at our weather. Keith Gibson, tell us what we're looking at.
Right now, we have temperatures in the upper 40s and low 50s. Holding fairly steady all evening long have been these temperatures. Now, there have been some showers moving on through the region. Our live Doppler radar shows some of the heavier pockets just northwest of New Albany, right there near Holly Springs. Some of this goes back into the Delta and eastern Arkansas. So this is moving from west to east, but gradually sinking south. So if you're dry now, you may see some showers later tonight, also into our Sunday with highs in the 50s. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thanks a lot, Keith. Well, last week, a Madison, Wisconsin group wrote a letter to the mayor of a small northeast Mississippi town threatening a lawsuit if a Christian flag wasn't removed from a public building. On Saturday, the Rienzi community protested the flag's removal. WCBI Chad Groening was there and filed this report.
This Veterans Memorial in downtown Rienzi was erected last year. The flagpole on the left-hand side now flies the village's flag. But the residents are outraged because the Christian flag was originally on that pole, until an organization headquartered in Madison, Wisconsin wrote a letter to the mayor saying someone complained about the flag.
I got this letter from the Freedom from Religious Foundation, and they asked me would I remove my flag. So I complied and removed it. It wasn't because I wanted to, but it was because I didn't want to go no further or putting the town in jeopardy over me making decisions. They told me that I could be, a lawsuit could be filed on their behalf against me, you know, if I didn't comply.
But the community is not taking this sitting down. Hundreds gathered at Saturday's rally to support the mayor, many from outside of Rienzi.
We are a Christian nation. Y'all understand that? We are a Christian nation. This is a Christian flag. This is a Christian community here. You take one down, we're going to put several back up. I promise you that. That's just the way we do things here in the South.
I'm telling you folks, I'm no preacher, but it's going to get worse. Can I get amen? It's going to get worse, but we cannot bow down. We can't lay down. If we stand up till our death, that's what we need to do.
State Representative Tracy Arnold says he is very familiar with the Freedom from Religion Foundation.
First time I heard of this group, Freedom from Religion, was in Jackson, Mississippi, when I went into the Capitol building on Christmas, during this Christmas season, and they were protesting a nativity scene. Can you believe that?
No one at today's rally raised their hand when asked, is there anybody here who opposes the Christian flag being flown in this community? That is why Mayor Williams vows that the flag will go up again.
I'm hoping and praying that this time next week, you're going to see that flag flying again.
Yeah.
Chad Groening, WCBI News, Rienzi.
Williams says he hopes to have more information on how the town intends to proceed on Wednesday. Well, a Tupelo man makes it his mission to keep Hancock Park safe for neighborhood children. Over the last 6 years, community organizer Mac Turner has made efforts to upgrade the park on Monument Drive. He's hoping to bring more attention to his effort during Black History Month by hosting peace walks along with other community events at the park.
At one time, this was the most dangerous park in Tupelo, and I made my map to try to change it. So the violence is less violent over here now. We've been in the park 6 years, and we're trying to make the community safer.
Turner was instrumental in the construction of the quarter-mile trail in Hancock Park. Well, coming up, local musicians hold their first fundraiser of the year to help pay for a trip to a famed concert venue. We'll have that story when we come back. Welcome back. The Suzuki String Ensemble is on a mission to perform at the prestigious Carnegie Hall this summer in New York. Early tonight, the ensemble held its first fundraiser of the year, Valentine's for Carnegie, in an effort to help them collect donations for their big trip. Now, during the party benefit, there was a live auction, door prizes, and the musical group even gave a live performance. The group's goal is to raise $50,000 for their upcoming summer trip.
This is one hurdle, and so we'll continue trying to do everything we can to make it possible for all our musicians to go. And we thank the community. We thank these wonderful people that came to our fundraiser, Valentine's for Carnegie. We thank them from the bottom of our hearts, and our musicians do, all of us.
Now, if you would like to make a donation to the group for their upcoming trip this summer, just head over to our website, WCBI.com, for more information. Well, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate. So much chocolate that this little one couldn't get enough. Shoppers in the mall at Barnes Crossing in Tupelo today had the chance to treat themselves to chocolate, and it was the second annual festival, and it was all for a good cause. Now, the Chocolate Festival is a fundraiser hosted by the organization New Expectations for Women in Mississippi.
New Miss is a group of women that get together to network and to help other ladies We want them to have the best education, be the best they can be, health-wise, education, everything. We want to help them do that.
The money raised from today's event benefits New Mississippi Fairy Godmothers Project. It's a project that provides assistance to women and children who don't qualify for other means of help.
Showers moving through the region right now. No lightning in this, just some showers. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. We'll have your forecast for the rest of the weekend, plus a look at some warmer weather early next week. Details are next.
Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Showers in the forecast for Sunday. Some Sunday showers. Some could be around in the morning, some in the afternoon. 40s, then 50s. That's the way it's looking with a lot of cloud cover. Right now, we do have some showers here with our live Doppler radar. They've been moving on through. Now, the air is very dry, so not all of what we're showing you right now is reaching the ground, but some of this has been reaching the ground. But these showers are with us here. Some of these moving down towards the Eupora area, some back to the northwest as well, even into eastern Arkansas. You can see this little disturbance zipping on through. It goes all the way back out to Texas. Now, it's across the northern counties right now. It's gradually going to be moving south as we go throughout the course of the evening and the overnight hours. Not a lot of moisture with this, but there is a little bit trying to fall from those clouds right now. You can see this little disturbance right there coming on in here, kicking off the showers. So let's just show you what's going to happen with these showers. Right now, Futurecast doing a very good job with this. Is moving down to the south as we go throughout the course of the night. So if anything, we may see a greater concentration of rain south versus north tomorrow morning, and that could be the pattern all day long on Sunday. And there could actually be a few breaks the farther north you travel tomorrow if we're lucky. Now, these showers will start to build back to the north as we get into Sunday evening and Sunday night and Monday morning. A lot of this will be done by early afternoon on Monday as warm southerly winds take over. We're back to around 70. Then we are in a little bit of a lull Monday evening before our next system comes our way. I'll show you that right now with the bigger picture of Futurecast. This front right there is going to come in on Tuesday. Out ahead of it, we're warm, we're humid. There may be a line of showers and storms Tuesday morning, and then there could be some additional storms as we get into the second half of the day. So the timing on this storm threat for Tuesday is still a bit iffy. We just don't know exactly what's going to fire, where it's going to be, and how strong it's going to be. But there's a potential there for some stronger storms in our coverage area here as we go throughout the day Tuesday. It could be in the morning, maybe extending into the afternoon. Not a major outbreak or anything like that, but it looks like there could be some gusty wind, and can't rule out a tornado or a little bit of hail here too. So we'll just see how it all plays out here on Tuesday with that system. I hope to have another update for you right here on WCBI News tomorrow. The air is very, very dry. Dew point value is extremely low. We have to really moisten up the atmosphere, and we will do so going throughout the next couple of days. Temperatures right now, upper 40s to the low 50s. And tonight we're going to take it down into the low 40s. Worst case scenario here, those showers will continue to move on through the region. Showers possible Sunday and Monday. There are those storm chances Tuesday, low to mid 70s by Tuesday, and then cooler 50s for the end of the work week.
Thanks a lot, Keith. Well, Dak Prescott is recognized among the best of the best. Hear what award he's adding to the trophy case next in sports.
Here's WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel.
Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is named AP Rookie of the Year for the 2016 season. The former Bulldog squeaked by teammate Ezekiel Elliott to win the award. Dak set multiple rookie records on his way to leading the Cowboys to the playoffs in his first NFL season. Thanks for joining us here on WCBI Sports. Now to hoops action. Mississippi State got a gut check with its blowout loss to Ole Miss on Tuesday. The Bulldogs looking to get back to 500 while getting revenge against the Tennessee Volunteers. Mario Kegler and the Bulldogs looking to match that win total of all of last year, but it would be all Volunteers early on here. Gary Williams, he's the trailer man. He's going to get the three ball here. Nice shooter's roll there. Tennessee would lead 17-2 early in the first half, but the Bulldogs finally got it going here thanks to freshman Mario Kegler. Here's Lamar Peters. Nice dish to Kegler in the corner. He's going to hit the three and the harm, and one bucket on the three. State finally gets some life. Another minute later, Peters, he's going to find Kegler one more time for the three ball. Kegler had himself a heck of a ball game in this one. And then Tyson Carter gets in on the action. Look at Lamar Peters dropping dimes like there's holes in his pocket. There's Tyson Carter with the triple. Tennessee would lead by 12 at halftime. Second half we go, different Mississippi State team. Bulldogs in transition. They're going to find Eric Holman for the big two-hand finish. Big man finishes only way he knows how. But it'd be a fight here for the Bulldogs all throughout. Holman with the big block. Mississippi State gets out in transition. Quindary Weatherspoon, two-hand flush. Maybe a foul, maybe not. He'll take the dunk either way. When a wild sequence, here we go. It's going to be swinging. Here's Kegler. He's going to find Xavier Stapleton for the three. It's good. Stapleton gives the Bulldogs their first lead of the game. He'd have his first career double-double in this one. Here, one more time, Peters is going to find Mario Kegler. Another triple for the Bulldogs. Man, they would end the game on a 25-9 run. They put it away thanks to crashing the offensive glass. 21 offensive boards, by the way. Mississippi State with a huge comeback in the 64-59 victory over Tennessee. Ben Hallen, what do you think about the home crowd?
Our crowd was phenomenal today. How great was our crowd? I mean, you guys are used to the Hump. You know, this is my second year at the Hump, and I love how loud that building gets. And I love that our fans never quit. They never give up, and they keep imploring the team. And that's really exciting for me as the coach here, is to have those kind of great fans that never quit, never give up on their team.
I've been waiting for this game a long time, since came out the womb. This can really spark us to do something special here in February. It's like it sparked Tennessee. It started with us. When they beat us, they went on a 4-game winning streak. So I think this can really spark us, and y'all be seeing better play out of us for the rest of the season.
Rebels also looking to get back to 500 in the SEC, traveling to Nashville to take on Vanderbilt. It'd be all Commodores in the first half. Here, watch the corner, no box out, putback jam. That's Jason Toye for Vandy. The Commodores led by 5 at half, but then the Rebels come out with a vengeance in the second half. Just like Mississippi State, Eustace Fermanagis with the big jam. Best name in the SEC. It'd be a dunk party from there. Breon Tyree, he's going to get on in the action. Off the steal, two-hand jam. Tyree making him really, the Ole Miss has been playing very well since Tyree took over that point guard spot. Then the three balls start draining. Rasheed Brooks, here from downtown Disney, he drains it. Ole Miss, they take the lead, and here's Cullen Neal. He's going to drain a three ball of his own. Ole Miss would use a 9-0 run to go up by 11. Vandy would storm back, but Terrence Davis doing what he's done all year, really, making the big impact play. Off the steal, he's going to Euro step and one finish. Ole Miss goes on to win 81-74. They're back to 500 in the SEC. Here's what head coach Andy Kennedy had to say after the big win.
You're not going to come into this building. Vanderbilt's a very potent offensive team. We knew they were going to keep shooting the ball. They make 14 three-pointers. I mean, when's the last time Vandy lost a game when they made 14 three-pointers? May have been the last time we beat them when Marshall Mania started. I think they made about 14 that day. They shoot the ball well. We knew we were going to have to score. We just scored more efficiently in the second half. I just thought being aggressive on both ends was what was the key.
ICC softball opens their season with a Series W over Jackson State. They win Game 1, 11-2. Game 2, 10-4. Some local standouts balled out in this one. Corinth's Carly Mills had 6 Ks in Game 1 on the mound. Pontotoc Alex Brown and East Webster star Mamie Hollenhead. They combined for 7 for 11 from the plate with 6 RBIs and 4 runs scored. So big outing for ICC. They'll look to keep it rolling on this season. Local teams looking to bring home some hardware. State championship soccer recap coming up next in sports. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us here late on WCBI Sports. The high school soccer season came to an end today. Down south, a few area teams were looking to return home with some hardware. We'll head over to Clinton, South Pontotoc, back in the soccer finals for the 5th straight season, facing powerhouse Sacred Heart. Here early on for Sacred Heart, Margaret Parker, she's going to kick, or Mary Margaret Parker, she's going to kick it. Goalie Haley Rackley can't wrap it up. Be goal number 1. She'd have a hat trick in this one. Sacred Heart up 1-0. South Pontotoc trying to answer. Judith Mills, whiskers right over the crossbar. Just not enough. That's kind of how the day went for South Pontotoc in this one. Second half we go. Sacred Heart up big. Gracie Alfala, she's going to drain the deep kick here. She's all alone. She's going to drain that one in for the goal. It'll be a tough day for South Pontotoc down in Clinton. Sacred Heart, this is a team that's won, they're now back-to-back state champs. They've won 4 out of the last 5, and they're South Pontotoc receiving the trophy. Great season for the Lady Cougars, coming up short, but hey, getting there is hard. Not too many people can say they've been to a state title game. And on the other side of the spectrum, it's a great day to be an Oxford Charger fan. Here, the Lady Chargers, they get the 2-0 win over West Harrison. They bring back the hardware for the 2nd straight year. They're now back-to-back state champions. And on top of that, the women, they went 19-0. That's quite a season to cap off a perfect year with a state title. And then, if you couldn't get enough, Oxford soccer fans, the boys are also heading home with some hardware. They went 18-2 on the season with the 3-0 victory over West Jones. So a big day for soccer, and Oxford, they're going home with some hardware. Hey, you go down to Jackson to try and win some state championships. You go home with 2 state championship trophies. So a good day for the Oxford Chargers in terms of soccer. Of course, we mentioned before this block about Dak Prescott being named Rookie of the Year after a stellar campaign. Matt Ryan for the Atlanta Falcons was also named NFL MVP. He's preparing for a big game coming up tomorrow. And then the NFL awards are also being released here and there. It's good to see the NFL season come down to the wire. And of course, we'll be seeing if Dak can be in that MVP discussion coming up next year. But that'll do it for your sports. We'll have a last look at your forecast coming up right after the break.
Here's a look at our live Doppler radar. It's sweeping around. We do have some showers out there. Now, all of that is reaching the ground. The air is very, very dry. But there is some rain out there, and that little band is actually going to be moving from north to south as we go throughout the course of the night. So if you don't have any rain out there right now, if you haven't seen any, you may see some tomorrow morning. So that rain chance is there. We'll have some additional showers possible on Monday, especially during the first half of the day. Warmer early next week, Monday 70, 74 on Tuesday. There will be a chance for some stronger storms on Tuesday. We'll be keeping you updated on that. Then some more stable weather by the end of next week.
Absolutely. So rain jackets, rain boots on hand for the next
Just
couple
be on
of
the
days.
safe side, yes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us.